Hi to all of you guys, especially sa mga followers ko from different parts of the world. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening kung saan ka mang parte ng mundo. So, guys, today we will have some analysis, mostly technical analysis sa Philippine stock market at yung mga weekly updates ko for the upcoming week. So usually binibigay ko yung mga updates ko via sending an email to my subscribers. But I have noticed na kokonti lang yung mga opportunities for next week. So I decided that okay, I will just make an FB live where I can explain the charts and the stocks that I am watching. At of course, para na rin ay ma-share ko yung mga trading ideas ko at paano ako mag-analyze. And at the same time, I wanna let my followers be aware that we have some downward potential downward move in the Philippine stock market. So, and I will be explaining today. So, if you are interested about this topic, then sit back and enjoy. And for those na hindi makakapanood via live, i-upload ko itong video via my YouTube channel. Okay, so no problem. You can watch it later. Right. So again, binabati ko kayong lahat. I hope that everybody is fine, healthy, and away from any COVID-19 sickness. Keep safe, and let's just do some trading. All right. So I'm your mentor Neil. I have this group called Trade Ops, and weekly every week I'm posting my weekly updates in the Philippine market, and also I have another group para sa US market, forex and cryptocurrency. So if ever magka-interest ka na mag-join sa group na 'to, ay mangyari ay mag-message lang kayo sa akin and send ko yung more details. So alright, to start with guys, we will be analyzing the Philippine Stock Exchange Index. And earlier, napanood ko yung analysis ni Mr. Juanes Barredo, yung Chief Technical Analyst ng Call Financial, which I really respect a lot kasi magaling siya talaga na mag-analyze ng any kind of market, especially sa Philippine market. So pag may sinasabi siya talagang it's a high probability na accurate or more or less near to accuracy yung kanyang mga analysis. So in other words, legit. So titingnan natin and I will explain also to you in my own ways with my own strategies. And this one na pinapakita ko ngayon ay I hope nakikita nyo yung screen ko. And please just write a chat whenever you have some issue with my voice, hindi nyo marinig, or kailangan ko bang lakasan pa yung boses ko, or simply if you have a question, let me know via chat and I will try to answer those. Right, so let's watch the Philippine Stock Exchange Index. So, basic idea here is that yung PSEI is heading for a correction and potentially meron pa itong chance na bumagsak pa. So, by looking at this chart, we have here EMA 50, yung blue EMA, at yung brown naman is yung EMA 200. And as you may know, kapag yung price ay nag-breakdown below the EMA 200, it is really one major sign na we are heading for a bearish market or a correction. And exactly yung nangyari sa Philippine Stock Exchange. So, hindi lang ito nag-break, kundi na-confirm pa. And nagkaroon ng breakdown on March 15, followed by some consolidation, and then again, once again, on March 19, the last trading day of last week, ay nagkaroon pa ng malakas na move downward. So, it's an indication that it can really further move down. And you see this one, this is a very crucial support. and na-break din yan. Also, according to Mr. Juanes Barredo, we are in a correction phase using, Elliott wave. So, ito yung pinaliwanag niya at pinapakita ko lang sa inyo. Ito yung A move, B move, and we are in the C move. And potentially, it can still go lower. Like, it can still be heading to this 61,200 or furthermore. So, around 559.10. Also, pinaliwanag din niya yung channel. Yun. And as you can see, kung nagtitrade ka ng channel, we anticipate the price to bounce on the upper channel. As you can see here, mayroong mga selling pressure. So, lalagyan ko lang ng arrow to indicate selling pressure. So, I indicate it with red to indicate the selling pressure. Okay. Okay, sorry. So, dyan. Bakit hindi ko ito ma-clone? I'm trying to clone this one. Okay, one more. Clone. Okay, I hope tatlo na. Okay, dito. And then, another one here. So, as you can see, every time yung price ay tumatama sa upper channel, we are looking at the descending channel, bumabagsak yung price. At pag tumatama naman sa lower channel, nagba-bounce back yung price. But overall trend on this, starting the first week of January ay downtrend. And then, so it means that kung susundin natin yung channel na to, may chances na mapupunta sa price na yan sa 6,000 to 6,250, which is this pivot point here. So, mayroon pa talagang downward selling or mayroon pang selling pressure sa ating index. It means also na karamihan sa mga stocks sa Pilipinas, mostly mga blue chips, ay heading downward. And ano nga ba yung fundamental reasons ito? Maalala nyo na March 16 ata yon last week, ay nag-announce ulit yung administration natin sa Pilipinas ng another 1-month lockdown at binan yung mga pagpasok ng mga international flights at binan din yung mga pagpasok ng mga foreigners. Although yung mga OFW ay allowed na pumasok, yung mga umuwi sa Pilipinas. So, dahil dyan, of course, it's a negative news and it causes further downward sell pressure. So, nandito yun yung nandito nag-hold yun before sa announcement na yan. Nag-hold yung price sa level na to. But after that announcement, nagkaroon pa ng further sell-off. Which from this standpoint, pwede pa itong bumagsak pa lalo. Or even much more. Especially kung mayroon pang mga karagdagang bad news na unexpected talaga. Kasi ang nangyayari dyan is that yung mga investors, especially yung mga foreign investors, by just looking at that negative news, further lockdown is really negative to our economy. Kasi maraming mga businesses yung maapektuhan. And maraming mga tao rin yung nawawalan ng trabaho. So, it's very normal and it's very reasonable na babagsak yung price ng index or karamihan sa mga stocks sa Pilipinas. So, in that case, what is it for you as a trader? It means that medyo minimize ka muna ng exposure mo in the coming week until such time we find solid support na kung saan ay makikita natin na nagba-bounce yung ating index. So we are still heading on a further sell-off. And as you can see also, if you draw a trend line from last year's market crash due to COVID. Let's say here and extend to here, we broke down that trend line. And breaking down the trend line can mean that it can price can respect to this level. And if there is still further or even more bad news na paparating, maaari pa 'tong magkaroon pa ng market crash. But we are not yet saying it now kasi napakaaga pa. So wala pa naman na further or wala pang mga unexpected na mga news na lumalabas. So kapag lumabas yung mga yon, so abang-abang. So so it is really a risk. So kaya nga you need to lighten your positions and or even not even trade the blue chips until we found some reversal signals, just like reversal patterns, just like double bottom or inverse head and shoulders or the formation of higher high and higher low. So kung nag-aral ka ng technical analysis, you know what I mean. Alright, so ayun, so for those who are investing naman, I would not suggest you to buy this sell-off. So you need also to know when to buy and to know that is also to let this market make that move down until we see some positive news na lumalabas. For example, after 1 month, magkakaroon ba ng extension yung lockdown or not? Kapag malift na yung ban na yan, maaring magkaroon, magdulot ito ng uh, buying opportunities or positive sentiments for those investors. Kasi it can, by that time, baka during that time ay mababa na yung mga prices at it can be a good buying opportunities for those stocks na paborito nyo at bumagsak yung price. Right, so that's about the Philippine Stock Exchange PSEI index. So, dumako naman tayo guys sa mga weekly picks ko. Although, yun nga, sinabi ko kanina, medyo limited yung nakita kong opportunity. Every weekend ay nagkakaroon ako ng scanning sa Philippine market. There are three kinds ng mga stocks na i-scan ko. Number one, yung paborito ko talaga, yung may mga squeeze. Say, if you might not know that I am using a so-called a trading system that I have developed called the squeeze pivot trading system. So I'm looking for stocks na mayroong a very tight range or squeeze. And another one is yung nagpo-pullback. Mayroong uptrend siya, then nagkaroon ng pullback, then nag-aabang ako ng buy signal. The next one, the third one, which I am continuously trying to finalize and improve, yung strategy na tinatawag ko na mean reversion strategy. So, tatlo yon. So, base sa scanning ko na ginawa ko kanina, kukonti lang yung lumabas. So, it means that maliit lamang yung opportunities for next week. So, I need to be patient and would not force any trade. Kasi kapag ganito na mga panahon na maliit lang yung opportunity, it means that mataas yung probability for a downward move. And as you may know that sa Philippine market is a long market only, so we cannot short the stocks there. Maybe for those yung mga institutional traders, they are allowed to do it. But for us, who as retail traders, we cannot do that. So we are only looking for opportunity to buy and not to sell. If you are holding current position, maybe it's time to sell some of your holdings. Kasi baka magkaroon ulit ng further downward move. And kung if you are sitting with some gains, for example, ay for 1 year ay dito ka nakabili sa market crash, ay if you are sitting with some gains, I think it's the right time to take profits. Okay? Alright, so anyhow, kahit mayroon mga maliit na opportunities, at least nakahanap pa rin ako ng mga kokonting opportunity dito at ito yung ipapakita ko sa inyo. At i-explain ko rin yung mga opportunities dito na hindi pa siya buy signal, but I would be showing to you that where are those levels which are good to buy. Alright, so if this topic is interesting for you, sit back and enjoy and follow me and listen to what I'm going to say. Right, so let's get it on. There is one guy here, Harvey, is asking about BSC. So, right, so BSC, I will be checking it out later. So, alright, so let me share nga pala muna yung ano ko, yung video na to kasi I also promised it to my stock update subscribers that I will be going live, and of course I want them to see this one. So okay, so paano yan? Uh-huh. Okay, I don't know if it is a good one, but I will share it to my group. So for those people who are interested to join my group, where you can get my weekly stock recommendations, feel free to message me. So in this group, you will receive every weekend my hot stocks, yung mga stocks na talagang nire-recommend ko. And it can be long term, I mean short term, mid term, and bakit may mga maps dito. And, I'm not really sure if this is the right one. Okay, let's try. Let's check this out. Kung tama ba itong link. Mukhang hindi. So, ayan. So, hindi yan. Mhm. Anyway, if I cannot share it now, I will be sharing it to them later. So, anyway, so let's continue. Let's continue, guys. Right, so number one, so squeeze setup is Converge. Now, this is the one that I saw, which has somehow potential to move. Kasi as far as I see here, nagkaroon siya ng W pattern. And the problem here is that medyo umangat siya at hindi pa siya magandang the current price is not good to buy at the current price, so you might need to wait for a pullback. All right, so let me disable some of this here. Enable this. Hindi ko makita yung yun. Gusto kong makita yung EMA 21 pero hindi ko makita kanina. So EMA 21 is white. EMA 105 is purple. Alright, so ano ba yung nakikita ko dito kay Converge? So ito. Just wanna make it simple. So usually bumibili ako kapag yung price is just very close to the EMA 21, the white moving average that you can see. So ito yung pattern. At itong pattern na yan is actually a W pattern. And last week ay na-break yung pattern na yan. So the question is that, is it good to buy at current price? So pag ganyan, I would like to wait the pullback, retest to that box. And I'm going for this kind of trade. So gusto ko mag-respect muna or mag-pull back yung price sa box or maximum up to here. Not going below this 17.32. So pwede siyang mag-pull back hanggang dyan. But pag mag-pull back siya ng malalim, medyo walanganin na yan kasi it means that the price can just make sideways move, and I don't like to trade the sideways one kasi medyo matatagalan tayo niyan. So yung maganda dito is really to wait for the price to pull back to this level and then bounce. Alright, so ano ba yung mga target profit natin dyan? So just measure this box, the height of that box, project it up. Okay, so that will be your target profit, the first TP. Or you can also use the pivot point set into monthly, and you can also see the profit targets. The first target is that the midpoint of P and R1. That's target, and the second target profit is R1. So the first one is 19.3. The second one is 20.57. So that's my idea for Converge. So again, Converge, it's not a buy signal right away kasi medyo umangat na yung price. So wait for a pullback. So at least hanggang sa mag-respect ito sa EMA 21 ulit. Right? So saan ba yung stop loss natin dyan? Stop loss, ilalagay ko below this candle around 16.43. Okay? So that's Converge. Alright, so meron nag-request dito nickel and BHI. So titingnan natin yan guys, okay? So let me show you first yung mga picks ko. So itong mga picks ko ngayon, usually inire-release ko to sa mga subscribers na sa weekly stock updates ko. So if you would like to subscribe on my weekly updates, please let me know via Messenger. Just PM me. Okay. Next one is EMP. So naalala ko itong EMP last year. Ito yung stock na nagrarally. Isa sa mga one of those few na nagrally even if there was a market crash. So the joke was that yung mga na-lockdown ay gustong uminom. Gustong uminom ng mga liquors. So dito yun, ito yung nagrarally even if the whole market was in a bearish. Nagrally siya. And ngayon, it's also showing some pattern that it wants to move up. So see this is the high of last year. Pull back to the EMA 21. Consolidate for a very, very long time. Consolidate. And as you can see, matataas na yung mga wicks sa baba. So what is that? What does it mean? It means buying pressure. So these are pin hammers candle. So an indication of a buying pressure. So buying pressure. So I colorize this with blue. So my strategy here is to buy at the break of these hammer candles. So the break above 10.3 is a buy signal. And by the way, there's a squeeze here, so it means that it can lead to a more explosive move. So I will show you my target. So by the way, the stop loss should be at 9.9. So basta below, a little bit below these hammer candles or below the pivot point. So that is your stop loss. And your target is, you can take the Fibonacci retracement from here, project to here, and you take the 1.272. So 1.272. Okay, 1.272. 1.272, ayun. This one. Disable the others which are not needed. So the 1.272 is here. Of course, you can also take this high, prior high, as the TP. But if it breaks above that, then this is your next TP, 11.12, and the next TP is 11.4, 1.618 Fibonacci extension. So ayan, that is EMP. Alright, so the next one, ito naman yung mga pullback picks ko. Meralco. So ano nga ba yung nakikita ko dito kay Meralco? So we have here a low, but at the moment, the price did not anymore want to go down on that low, but instead nagkaroon siya ng higher lows. So it's a potential reversal. Diba? Kasi this is a downtrend move. We have here trend line. So of course, for those conservative traders, I would wait for a break of this trend line and hold above that. But you can already, what I can say now is that you can already start accumulating, like say, let's say 1/3 of your position can already be put here in 1/3. Okay, so and you take a very tight stop loss just right below here. So another thing that can happen here, since hindi pa tayo nag-break sa trend line, is that it will make this tight consolidation, and if it breaks above that, then potentially it will rally further. But if it will pull back, we should make it sure that it's not going below, uh, let's say 50% from this range. So let's say we have here this range. So we want to make sure that the pullback should not go lower than 276.6, 10, for example. It depends on ano yung klase ng pattern makikita natin dito. It can be a very tight range, or a pennant, or a um, descending triangle, or whatever, or a 3-bar pattern, 4-bar. So we don't know. So what the point here is that if we can see here a tight consolidation, it's a potential breakout, especially kapag mayroon ditong rising volume. So last week, meron ditong March 30 pala, is March 25 will be a dividend. Wow! So meron dividend, ex-date. So kung gusto mo makakuha ng dividend, which is around 7.8 pesos kada share, ay mangyari you need to buy Meralco before March 25. Okay? Before March 25, not on March 25. Hindi na ikaw yung makaka-receive ng dividend. Yung binilhan mo yung makaka-receive ng dividend. Alright, so that's Meralco. So what about the target price for Meralco? So this is actually a W pattern, if in case it will break the trend line. So measured move, that will be my first TP. Okay, so that will be my first target price if ever it will break out. You can also take the 50 to 60% retracement uh, from this range, from high and low, and you take the 50 to 60% retracement. It can be also your TP. So here, so where is the 50 to 60%? So medyo yung 50% napakalapit na sa current price. So actually it's just the break out of that trend line. So you might just take 293.5, 60% retracement. Bakit 60%? Kasi it can respect to that and pull back, or we don't know what's going to happen. So it's just a Fibonacci retracement level. All right, so that is Meralco. Next is LTG. So earlier when I saw this LTG, medyo maganda yung kanyang price action yun. So bakit maganda? So let me explain. So we have here a bounce of that EMA 105, and that bounce is in confluence with the support level. Also, that bounce, before nag-bounce ay nakitaan natin siya ng pin bar. And then we have here a very tight consolidating candle and star, a doji. So this is a potential reversal signal, or an indication that buyers here are stepping in and might want to push the price back to the high. So this is the low of this, let's say, month low, and might respect or retest the high of the previous month, which happened on February. Okay, so that's a good opportunity, this LTG, but you should not discount also that it can pull back before going up. So if you want to trade this one, I would really just put my stop loss here, because I know that bakit dito ko lalagay yung stop loss ko. Well, dito nagsipasukan yung mga buyers. So yung mga buyers na yan, they will always make it sure that price won't go lower than that. And if it goes lower than that, it means that the buyers are now overwhelmed by the sellers, and it is a potential move downward. So that's why it's a logical stop loss level. All right, so that's about LTG. And by the way, there is also a trend line here that we see, but let's check whether malayo siya. So, well, almost. So yeah, so it can pull back to respect this level. So if it pulls back, I want to see that it's not going below 12.8, or I want to see also that it's drawing another pin hammers on this area. And kapag nag-draw ulit yan ng ganyang klase ng candles, it's really a strong buy signal for me. Pero kung nag-break yung price below this level, below the pin hammer 12.5, I would really discard the trade idea. So it's heading for a much lower price. So that's LTG. All right. So okay. So let's have a break first, and let's pagbigyan muna natin itong mga viewers natin dito. So the first is Harvey, BSC. Ano nga ba yung masasabi ko ay BSC? All right, so well, Harvey, as I can see, BSC is really showing some downward pressure, downward sell pressure. So we have a tight consolidation here. We have you see that one, Harvey? Makikita mo yung doji. The doji is an indecision candle, and the way to trade with doji is that I want to see that the price is breaking above the high of the doji in order for me to go bullish. Pero ang case na to ay nag-break siya below the low of the doji, which means for me that it wants to move furthermore. Although you can argue, Harvey, that there is a low here. Okay, so let's check what will happen if the price goes to this low. And in fact, there is an EMA 105, 105 as a dynamic support. So we will also see how the price will react on this level. But Based on this, nagkaroon ng very tight consolidation and now bearish candles. For me, this wants to move lower. And you see here also, there is an unfilled gap. Mayroon tayo ditong unfilled gap from this point to this point. So this can be another target for the bear move. So it can fill that gap. Okay. So we break this level here, the price can move here. So you have a further downsides here. So I would not buy this. It's minus 32% downside. So I would scrap this as a long trade idea. So it's not a good one right now. So you should go bullish if the price went above this. What's that level? So let me colorize. Point is 87.10. Okay. All right. So nickel and BHI. So let's check that. All right. So thank you. Welcome, RV. So I know that I have recommended this PSC a while ago, but uh, the market's behavior is changing. So we do not know what's going the next day or two, but the current behavior is really now going to the downside. So and it's also in congruence to the what's happening to the market in general in Philippines. Kung napanood niyo yung analysis ni Juanes Barredo ay yung Philippines lang yung talagang may malaking negative sentiment sa market. Down tayo year to date ng more than 8% while the other countries like Indonesia or Thailand and China are just down with 4%. Pero yung Philippines, grabe yung pagka-down. So there is, sabi pa nga ni Mr. Juanes, there might be something happening in the Philippines which is not happening in other countries in Asia. And we don't know what is that all about. Right, so what is the next request? Nickel and BHI. So tingnan naman natin yan. Nickel. Nickel and BHI. Alright, so nakikita natin dito. So what is this pattern? Guys, this is an M pattern. M is the inverse of W. So it's a bearish pattern in a long-term perspective. See that? That's an M. So M leads to a further move, a measured move. So this is a box. You draw a box here. I just want to show to you ano yung expected move. So ito yung box. The height of the box can be the height of the down move. So you take the height of the box and then extend that here. So malaki yung potential down move in the long term, okay? Ni nickel. Although hindi pa yan confirmed kasi still the price is holding above EMA 105. Also, I want to show you this one. We have a trend line and we did not break the trend line yet. So the price is consolidating and based on this price action, a break of this trend line can really might lead to a much farther downward move. So take care. However, on the other side, kapag nag-bounce yung nickel, we have this box here. So low and high. A break above that high will mean a further continuation of this bullish pattern. Okay, so around 5.67. So which will mean instead of so this is M, but it can also draw this letter W, which can lead to a measured move having a target of the high of the prior swing high. around 6.4. So this can also happen. So right now it's consolidating, so we do not know which direction it wants to go. So if I were you, we'll just watch this. And also we are in a bearish or correcting correction, market is in correction. I would really just consider that risk. So until we break above this 5.7 with some nice volume, then I would uh, go long on nickel. So as you can see, volume is very light here. So wala tayong in buying interest on this nickel. Right, so the next one is BHI. BHI, guys, this is an overextended. So overextended price move. And one way to judge it is that the price is already too extended from the EMA 21. The next one is that it already showed some selling pressure, and it can be it is shown by this bearish candle. So mataas yung wick niya sa taas, and yung candle is black. So that is really bearish one. And meron pa ditong isa na it's trying to move up, but still there is a selling pressure. This is already an extended move. So an extended move can lead to a reversion to the mean. So ito yung next strategy ko na ina-apply sa mean reversion strategy. So this kind of move can result to a pullback back to the average, which is EMA 21. And if the sell pressure is too strong, it can even lead to a much further move to the lower channel ng Keltner. Right? So that's I would not buy BHI now. It's not so attractive. Okay, so welcome guys. There's another one. Welcome guys, and I hope that it helps. And pagbigyan naman natin si Milchor, PRMX. So, and then magpatuloy tayo sa aking recommended weekly updates. Okay, so back to my okay, so PRMX looks nice. There is a squeeze setup. Squeeze setup, so this can cause a further big move. Actually, it was triggered 11.39% na up move. So the next question is, will it still have the chances to move higher? So let's analyze. So what we know now is that mayroong squeeze. At kapag mayroong squeeze, mayroon niyang chances na even umabot sa R5 yung target. But let's check again. Let's analyze. Okay. So ano ba yung nakikita natin dito kay PRMX? So current price talagang maganda yung move niya up. So ito yung gusto ko guys na makita during a setup. Itong klase ng mayroon siyang pin hammer, mayroong engulfing candle, and then very tight candle, and then the break above that tight range candle is a buy signal. So kung bibili ka pa lang ngayon, medyo huli ka na. So kailangan natin dito ng another buy setup or pullback. And the pullback should not go lower than EMA. So gusto ko talaga kapag nagtitrade ako na malapit lang talaga yung price sa EMA 21. If ever the price is too far away from EMA 21, I will wait for the next buy opportunity, a pullback or another buy setup or candlestick pattern or consolidation. So yun ang gusto ko makita. Pag ganito na 11.39 up na at hahabulin mo, halimbawa next day, tomorrow, bibili ka agad sa opening, you are prone for a risk, much more risk kasi pwede mag-pull back yung price, and then you will manghihinayan ka na bakit hindi ka nagantay. So, it's always really better to wait for a pullback and when the price is just very close to the EMA 21. Right, so this is the box na na-break ng, ng move na yan previous day. Okay, let me adjust. Ay, bakit hindi ko ma-adjust? Ito yung box. And I want, if there is a pullback, yung max pullback na gusto ko is 50 to 60% lang ng box. So, exactly sa EMA 105. So, ayaw ko na yung price bumaba pa sa EMA 105 if magkaroon ng pullback. Kapag mag-below yan ng EMA 105, discard ko na yung trade na yan. So, kung mag-pullback man, the best is yung pullback na nandito lang sa EMA 21 above kasi it's an indication na strong pa rin yung trend and possibly it can still bounce back and then continue the trend. Also, yung nakikita natin pa dito, ano to, candle ba yan or I'm not sure if anong klase ng candle to, baka doji yan, mataas yung wicks pero yung body is sorry, this is the current price. But this one, I don't know kung talagang move ba talaga yan or real move ba yan. Kasi walang body. So anyway, let's just discard that for now. So ito yung nakikita natin resistance. So we just broke above that resistance. That kind of breakout is a very good one kasi nandito yung resistance at yung candle nag-close solid above that resistance. So most probably guys, yung pwedeng mangyari another buy setup na pwedeng i-offer ni PRMX is a 3-bar play. So ano nga ba yung ibig kong sabihin dyan? So yung 3-bar play, pwedeng magkaroon dito ng napaka tight na candle range sa level na yan, which is still above the resistance. Or it can be a candle na mayroong mataas na wick sa baba, or hammer, for example. Or I mean, a hammer or a doji na yung wicks niya ay medyo nag-extend ng konti sa lower. Sorry, hindi ko ma-draw yung ano. So, yung candle basta mga around 25% above sa range ng candle na yan. Ito yung wide range bar. Gusto natin makakita ng candle na just closing above the upper 25% range ng candle. Ito yung candle na yan at yung 25% niyan is just this. So exactly, nasa resistance. So gusto natin mag-close yung next candle just way above the resistance. And paano ka bibili niyan, guys? Dito ka sa bibili sa kung ano man yung magiging high ng candle na yan. So breakout ng high ng candle na yan is a buy signal. And then ilagay mo yung stop loss mo below. That's a little bit way below sa low ng candle na yan. Kung may karoon man ng wick dyan sa baba. So that will be your stop loss. So mangyari kasi wala na. This is a void area here. Walang resistance. So possibly pwede itong umakyat pa knowing that there is also a squeeze setup. At sinabi ko nga sa inyo na pag may squeeze setup, mataas yung chances na mapupunta sa R5 yung price. So it can be R3, R4, R5. Okay, so the point here is that it is a big move, which is possible here. So this can be a very attractive market opportunity next week. Also, this is a pattern like inverse head and shoulder. You can measure the height of the pattern and extend the pattern. I extend this height above. That will be the TP of the pattern, which is in confluence to the R2. So that is the TP if you are trading in a pattern uh, using the pattern. Also, you can use the Fibonacci retracement. You get this swing and the swing low. You see that uh, hindi siya hindi siya nag-confluence. So nandito yung 2.618 just malapit lang sa R2. So hindi siya nag-coincide. But if you are using Fibonacci, ito yung first target 1.81 and 1.92. Alright, so that's it guys about PRMX. So it's a nice one. It's a nice stock. Alright, so yeah, so let's continue guys sa next stock na gusto kong i-analyze and ipakita sa inyo. So again guys, if you would like to receive my weekly updates in the Philippine market, you can PM me. You may join my group. It's called Trade Ops Weekly Updates for the Philippine market. There is also another group that I have which is good for global market. So it includes US stock market, forex, and cryptocurrencies, guys. So if you would like to receive my updates on those kind of markets, please let me know. And of course, if you would like also to learn my strategies, I'm also open for one-on-one session via Zoom, via online, so we can discuss. Just feel free to message me. All right. So another one na tinitingnan ko is that ABA. So ABA. So there was a squeeze setup, but the squeeze was far downward. However, nagbounce siya sa EMA 105. So ngayon, what now? Um, how will I trade ABA? So what are the levels that I can see here? So I have here this trend line. I have here another trend line. So basically, we are in the upper part of the trend line. The price can respect again this trend line, the lower trend line, and look for bullish candle and trade it again to this TP, or much better kung mag-breakout. Kung mag-breakout man, you take this as your target profit, or the half or 50 to 60% retracement from the low, which is here. So that is ABA. You need to put your stop loss just below this swing low, which is also below the EMA 105. So now there is no buy signal, okay? So you need to wait for this move and then look for bullish candle. So the swing, the pullback, hindi dapat siya mag-below sa low dito. So 0.9, hindi siya dapat mag-close yung candle below that. Kapag mag-close yan below that, then please reject this trade idea. So jump na yan. Alright, the next one is CLI. CLI has very good fundamentals. Maraming projects na ginagawa sa Cebu, Visayas and Mindanao. And yung sinasabi ko sa mga subscribers ko ay look at the long-term chart of CLI. See this one? So basically, the price of CLI tried to break above this all-time high, but it pulled back. Hindi naman siya rejected kasi hindi naman nag-close pa below this breakout candle. So nag-pull back lang siya, but still holding inside. So these 3 weekly candles are still inside this wide range bar. So until while we are still above that, we are still going for bullish trade for CLI, and this is back with the fundamentals. So maganda yung fundamentals ni CLI. You can also see project this one. Ito yung trend line na break niya. At nag-breakout siya and then respected the same trend line and consolidating. So this might offer us a very good buying opportunity. So while the price is just above 5.1 5.10, that is still an attractive buy. And in fact, looking at the daily chart, napansin nyo, nang mag-pullback dito, nag-consolidate, and then bullish engulfing. And then now price is holding above the EMA 21, which I like to buy. And you see this is a bearish candle here. So now your trigger buy will be a break above the high of that candle. So 5.55. You've set your stop below 5.10. So around 5.04. So yan ang stop loss mo. Alright, so target, Fibonacci retracement, Fibonacci extension. This is your first TP. This is your next TP. And your third TP will be this one. Alright, so ayan guys, that's CLI. Okay, so I have two more stocks to go. I have URC. So ito naman mean reversion yung ginamit ko dito na analysis. Mean reversion, meaning to say extended yung price down and then it's trying to recover and going back to the mean, to the average. So but first, let's look at the weekly. Kung may makita tayo dito. Well, this one is really very obvious na downtrend pa si URC. Using this trend line, pag tumatama sa trend line, bumabagsak yung price. Ito naman yung market crash. So, ito yung low. And then, mayroon tayong minor support here. So, the price respected the support. And it drew, this was the bullish engulfing here. So, nirespect niya ulit. And now, the price is trying to bounce. So, if you look at the 1 day, the price is now respecting the EMA 21 but still below that. So, gusto ko mag-close yung price above the EMA 21. Or, since hindi pa yan nag-close, pwede niyang i-respect ulit. So, tingnan nyo, ito yung wide range bar dito. Parang, it's not a bullish engulfing kasi hindi naman niya na-engulf yung isa dito. But in that case, it can respect here and then draw again another pin bar or pin hammers here and create a double bottom. So ito yung gusto kong makita for URC in order for me to see to go for a long or a buy for URC. And also using mean reversion setup. See that the price already extended to the third Keltner channel. So the 380R move. And back, nag-close siya sa 280R, above the 280R. So possibly, it will be heading for the another 280R move or max 380R. But, well, right now, the price is still at the EMA 21. So the best trade idea here, the best entry is really to pull back and respect this without moving below this low. So okay siya mag-pull back pero di dapat below 118.54. So abangan nyo yung bounce dito. So we would like to see bullish pin hammers or engulfing candles here. You should buy that and take profits on this level 13 or somewhere which is close to the uh, 2 ATR move up the Keltner channel or maximum 3 ATR. So that's mean reversion. Kasi by that point, in that point, pwede ulit siyang mag-down ulit. So remember that the long-term trend is still down for URC. Okay, also this one I think MEH. So itong MEH naman, ipinost ko yung analysis ko sa Instagram. So ito yung sinabi ko sa last week on MAH. So meron tayong trend line dito. Project it here. Remember that we are above the EMA 200 but below EMA 50. The price is consolidating inside the narrow box. And yung gusto kong makita dito kay MEH is this one. So meron pang trend line. So last week, ito lang yun. Nag-bounce siya with an engulfing candle. Now, nire-respect niya ulit yung point na yan na kung saan nag-originate yung engulfing. And so, my buy signal will be the break above the box. So, break above 2.65 is a buy signal and put your stop loss at around 2.2 or 2.15. Then yung TP mo naman, since we entered at the lower trend line, ito naman yung magiging TP mo. So, i-project mo lang ito to here. We have here another trend line. So, possibly, yung expected move is going to this trend line and then, so, take profit ka na dyan. So, medyo attractive din yung kanyang risk to reward, around more than 2. So, kung gamitin mo yung tool na yan, ito, saan na yung long position. So, you enter here, take profit somewhere here, your stop loss is here. That's around 1.8. So, more or less 2 na. So, at least okay na yan. Pwede na yan. So, of course, the ideal one is more than 2. Alright? So, that's it for today, guys. And I hope that may natutunan kayo sa mga analysis ko. And again, if you would like really to learn from me about the strategies that I'm using for the Philippine market or even for the US market, Forex and cryptocurrency trading, commodities, name it, you can learn it from me. The trading system that I mostly use is the squeeze pivot trading system. It can be applied sa kahit anong market, Philippine market and everything, global market, even sa crypto as well. The next one is the mean reversion. I'm continuously developing it and backtesting and forward testing. But I'm already somehow using it as well. So, dalawa lang yan na main mga strategies na ginagamit ko and I just want to master them. So, if you would like to learn it, let me know. But if you would just like to get my signals, my trading recommendations every week, also please let me know. Again guys, God bless sa inyong lahat and till next time, watch out lang sa aking mga next FB Lives. God bless sa inyong lahat. Happy weekend.